Criminals in this town used to believe in something. What do you believe in, huh? What do you believe in? I believe that whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you a cooler action figure.
Welcome to 5 Points of Articulation, where I review action figures and then articulate 5 points to help you decide if you want to add that figure to your collection. The 5 points I discuss are packaging, presentation, posability, playability, and price. I'm Jason, and if you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube rigmarole.
Today we're taking a look at the DC Multiverse Gold Label San Diego Comic-Con 2023 exclusive Bank Robber Joker. Starting off with the packaging, and there are a couple of interesting things to observe. One, because it's an exclusive, it's also a gold label. But two, the box has the Dark Knight Trilogy logo on the front. This is in contrast to the Build-A-Bane wave. It has a normal front. In that regard, it's more like one of their regular movie boxes. It also gives me hope that we might see more single-carded Nolan-verse figures. That being said, the sides are similar, with matching Dark Knight Trilogy logos up top. On the back, we get a really weird floating image of the mask. It's actually spot varnished against the matte finish black, so it really stands out. While I don't love the way that McFarlane does movie boxes, there's nothing wrong with it, and as odd as this is, I can definitely say some thought went into it. For packaging, I'm giving Bank Robber Joker 1 whole point. Moving on to presentation, and Bank Robber Joker stands at 7 1/4 inches. The main feature of this figure is the swappable heads, but we'll be looking at that during playability. Right now, we're just going to focus on what the figure looks like. At a glance, it looks like a lot of reuse of the previous figure. The arms are the same, the hands are the same, and the legs and feet are the same. This time around, the pants have been cast in gray, and the shoes are a slightly greener shade of brown. Not surprisingly though, he's missing the Joker's gold chain. As is far too often the case, and these don't exactly match. On your shelf and at regular lighting though, you're barely going to notice. The shirt and jacket are new, and they're a single rubber overlay. Peeking inside and underneath, I'm assuming it was cast in gray, with the white shirt and pattern painted over it. I was a little unsure because of some white in the corner. Based on some similar lines, I'm assuming that they used the regular version as the basis for this one and then just made some modifications. The textures match up pretty well, and given that they didn't paint the pattern on his regular shirt, I'm very happy to see that they didn't neglect it here. The main showstopper is the mask. Peering in, you can see that they painted the Joker's eyes underneath, which is a great effect, and I love the streaky blue and red matching what we saw on screen. Flipping around, it looks like they cast the hair in the same greenish brown as the shoes, but with a little bit of paint detail, and then popping the head off, you can see that the face and the mask are two separate pieces glued together. That's how they were able to paint the eyes. Obviously, the coolest part of this figure is the mask, but there's just enough new parts in combination with some clever reuse to make this Joker stand out from the rest. For presentation, I'm giving Bank Robber Joker 1 whole point. Moving on to posability, and the articulation scheme is the exact same as the regular movie version. From the top and the removable heads and a dumbbell joint, thanks to the hair, you can't look up too much. This far down though, pretty decent tilt, and all the way around. Moving on down, his arms can raise 90 degrees. No rotator cuffs, but you can still move them around in there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and McFarlane wrist balls very nicely hidden by these cuffs. Moving to the middle, and the torso articulation is hidden underneath the rubber overlay. I will warn you, it's very loose, though not as bad as Doomsday. You can arch back this far, which is decent, and you can hunch this far forward, which is par for the course. Of course, he does get a great amount of tilt and twist. Below the belt, and Bank Robber Joker has McFarlane style hips. They can kick this high and do a perfect split. Decent twist in the hip, and then moving down, he's got double jointed knees, toe articulation, and McFarlane ankles that can twist, hinge, and pivot. Despite the looseness in the waist, I haven't noticed that it hinders posing him in any way. Otherwise, the articulation is more than adequate to vault this Bank Robber into any pose you want to put him into. For posability, Bank Robber Joker gets away with 1 whole point. Moving on to playability, and Joker comes with a trading card and a figure stand. Pause here if you want to read it. For some reason, Joker comes with an additional hand that's identical to the one on his body. I'm wondering if this was supposed to be a fist. That said, he does get a fist for his left hand. The most important part is the unmasked Joker head. Doing a side-by-side, and the paint job is indistinguishable from the one we already got. Even so, here it is on the body. This unmasking was the first time we saw Heath Ledger's ghoulish appearance in the film, setting the tone for all the chaos to come. I understand that Warner won't let them have guns, so if you had the McFarlane munitions pack, that'll definitely help. Even so, I do wish he would have come with a duffel bag full of money. Since this is an action figure of a bank robber, I suppose it should come as no surprise that I feel robbed in the accessories department. Luckily, playability is also about how well your figure plays with others. Starting off with the Jokers, and although we've already looked at him, here's a proper side-by-side with Heath Ledger from The Dark Knight. That said, for those who want to use them as a henchman, in descending order of realism, and here we have Mortal Kombat 11, the Criminal from Batman the Three Jokers, the Clown from Batman the Three Jokers, Arkham Asylum, and Infinite Frontier. On the subject of figures that can double as Joker henchmen, and here we have the Jokerized Dark Detective, but swinging over to the Caped Crusader, and here we have Batman Begins by NECA, and the DC Multiverse Dark Knight. In the spirit of treating this figure as a Joker goon though, and for some other movie Batman, here we have Pattinson, Tactical Suit Batfleck from the Justice League, Ben Affleck's stunt double in The Flash, and Michael Keaton looking to get nuts also from The Flash. For a general cross-section of other Batman figures, however, and here we have Arkham Knight, the Solomon Grundy wave Arkham City, Batman as he appeared in Three Jokers, the Lee Bermejo Page Punchers, Injustice 2 Page Punchers, and DC Rebirth. For a couple of blue and gray Batmen, however, and here we have the fan favorite Hush and the all-new Nightfall. For a couple of other Dark Knight Trilogy figures, however, and here we have Two-Face, Scarecrow in his maggoty face, which I have yet to review and probably won't be, and Bane, who I've also yet to review and definitely will be.
Ah, you think making promises is your ally? What about Venom head swaps? Or Michael Keaton head swaps? Or Nightfall head swaps?
For a relative scale comparison, here's Bank Robber Joker with Pizza Spidey and the Spectacular Spider-Man, and as always, here he is with Stealth Iron Man.
Here's your head swap for the day, kids. Why so serious?
I can't help but notice you missed the opportunity to bring me out. A good exclusive is a figure that would be nice to have, but isn't essential to your display. In that regard, I'm okay with this. And while some additional accessories would have been preferred, we do need to temper our expectations to the fact that it is an exclusive, and besides what he lacks in accessories, he makes up for in the versatility of being useful as a Joker goon. For playability, I'm giving Bank Robber Joker 1 whole point. This, of course, leaves us with nothing left to discuss but the price, and it's a bitter pill to swallow this time around. Bank Robber Joker was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive and was only available on the show floor. Now, the aftermarket prices are astronomical, with $60 being the cheapest I can find him on eBay. McFarlane does have a bundle available with him, Bane, and Sonar Joker for $90. Either way, if all you want is this Joker, you're gonna get stuck paying an arm and a leg. I bought mine from an Australian website called Pop Culture, where he was available for retail and international shipping wasn't that bad. I don't know how much longer he'll be available, so if you want him, go get him. Otherwise, you're gonna get stuck having to break the bank. Based on availability, for price, I'm giving Bank Robber Joker half a point for a grand total of 4.5 out of 5. Sound off in the comments and let me know what other Heath Ledger Joker variation you'd like to see. Personally, I'm hoping for Nurse Joker. If you like this video, check out one of these. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again real soon, but until then, play nice and have fun.